Last week I got to try out a Stanford ES-style guitar, which didn't really impress me at the price point. I talked about how I thought the Epiphone version of this guitar might be a better option for less than half of the price. And then I wanted to find out if it actually is and share it with you. As I mentioned in my review of the Stanford, I didn't think it was a Gibson killer, not even at a third of the price of the Gibson. And I also doubted it was better than an Epiphone at more than double of the price. So I suggested you might try an Epiphone before you try the Stanford. But I didn't actually have an Epiphone to compare it with in the video. I was going off my memory of the 339 that my wife had and playing a few last year. Last week, the week after I shot the video, I found myself at a guitar store and I wanted to try one again out of curiosity. I actually tried a lot of guitars that afternoon, many of which were Epiphones. I tried the Firebird, the Jared James Nichols Les Paul, among many others. But to my surprise, the one that stood out was the inspired by Gibson ES-335 in terms of sound and playability. So much so that I eventually bought one. Of course, at this point I no longer have the Stanford because I returned it right away after I shot the video. But you can still watch last week's video, and other than that, you'll have to take my word for it. But in my opinion, the Epiphone is way more value for money than the Stanford was. In that other video I also mentioned that I think the Epiphone pickups in this guitar sound too woolly, which is true. But this is only because Epiphone set the neck pickup too high from the factory. Once you lower the neck pickup to taste, the guitar opens up a lot and it actually sounds fine. It has to be said that the setup out of the box was definitely better on the Stanford. With most Epiphones you have to take into account that you either have to buy from a good store who check and set up their guitars, you have to get lucky, or you have to take into account that you still have to bring it to a luthier to get some work done. one that I got is a good one though. The setup was pretty well out of the box, and the only thing I did so far is lower the neck pickup as I mentioned before. And besides that, I think only the fret ends need a little bit of smoothing. But other than that, it feels great, it plays great, this guitar really sings, and it's a lot more versatile than I thought. At this price point, I think it's an absolutely great guitar. It has a character that the Stanford lacked, and it does something different than my other humbucker guitars. It doesn't even need any mods straight out of the box, but I do think I will replace the bridge and tailpiece out of curiosity. But as I shot this video, everything is right out of the box and full stock. I didn't bring it to my luthier, it's exactly as it is how I got it. So if you're looking for an ES-style guitar at an affordable price point, I can highly recommend these Epiphones. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time.